Welcome to the Arizona Center's Become a Teacher webinar. Before we begin, please pause this presentation for a moment and consider why it is that you want to go into teaching. When you are ready with your answer, please continue. Why teach may be a strange question to ask potential teachers looking on the Arizona Center's website on how to become a teacher, but people's reactions to this question vary widely. Your reason could be as simple as, I need a job. Those of you with loftier goals may scoff at that, but being able to provide for you and your family in a profession that is well respected and fairly recession-proof is nothing to scoff at. Teaching has excellent benefits. Depending on your school, you will have medical, dental, vision, and most importantly, retirement. How many jobs can we say still have pensions for professionals in that career? Furthermore, for most of you, you will have the opportunity to be closer to home, have the same vacations as your kids, and though you might have to grade homework and do many other things at the end of the school day, generally you will have pretty good hours. There are others of you who have always had an idea that you would be a great teacher, whether it's because you have a talent for it, a calling to it, or simply because your friends have said that you would make an excellent teacher. You know you were meant to do this. You may know that the focus is on helping kids succeed in school and their lives, which brings us to the only point that really matters. It's about the kids. If you do not love kids and don't want to see them succeed, teaching may not be for you. Always remember that you are choosing the most noble profession to make a difference in kids' lives, and as a result, you will reap the wealth of knowing that you made that difference. Teaching, with all of its frustrations, is ranked amongst the highest in professions for job satisfaction. Now that we have established that you want to teach, you should know that there are many ways to become a teacher. We will discuss who we are, what we do, how we can help you, and then let you decide whether we are the right choice for you. As a mission-based nonprofit, we are focused on helping build communities one teacher at a time, and are aware that our program is not for everyone. After all, not everyone has the self-discipline for online self-study, even if it is faster, cheaper, and overall easier than other programs. If you need a teacher or tutor to reteach you everything, we are not for you, and though we would be saddened, we would not be offended if you decided to end the webinar right here. Still with us? Then let's begin. Becoming a teacher is making the decision to enter the most noble profession in the world. We may not be the bravest or the finest, we may not save lives directly or instigate world peace, but we do take care of the next generation of leaders, movers, and shakers. We educate and nurture the citizens of tomorrow, and in each child present the hope for a better tomorrow. We do this in a profession that may not have the highest income or highest profile, but we do it with the satisfaction of knowing that we are making a difference. So the idea is this. You understand that kids are the most important part of education. You realize that teaching is your future career, and most importantly, you know that you are meant to be a great teacher, not just a good one. After all, you're not making a decision to enter this field like when you were 18 years old deciding on a major and not knowing what you were getting into. You have likely substitute taught, volunteered, or participated in some form that convinced you that this is your future. You owe it to yourself and to all your future students to be great, or why do it at all? Having issued over 4,000 certificates in our over 10 years of helping career changers become teachers, we know the common obstacles you may have run into. The problem is often this. Going back to school is expensive, especially in these economic times. Going back to school takes a lot of time. It's scheduled time, not just the time of being in a class with other students, learning at the pace of the lowest common denominator, but the time it takes to get to the class and back, and do the homework designed to help everyone in the class, not just your needs. Finally, for many, there's a complexity of which courses to take, what forms to fill out, which applications to turn in. So, what is the solution? This may sound strange coming from an education company, but the solution is don't go back to school. Now, as we said earlier, for some of you, you may decide that going back to school is the right thing. And I will say again, we are not for everyone. We are for people that are self-disciplined, who can stay on task without a professor, and can tackle and achieve in high-stakes testing, though we do have direction and help in each of these areas. So, don't go back to school. The Arizona Center instead will help you get certified faster, cheaper, and easier. Note, I said cheaper, not cheap, and easier, not easy. Most programs require you to take classes at their schedule. We want you to learn at your own pace. Many of the classes required in other programs are to prove that you have taken the requisite subject area tests. But what if you're an expert in math who did not major in math? Should you have to pay to take all these classes to show that you're an expert? That Bill Gates could not teach computer science because he doesn't have the requisite classes on his transcript is insane. If you've been a finance director for 10 years, you could probably teach math. Same goes for the engineer in science, or the English literature buff in English language arts. In our program, you don't even have to have the experience on your transcript to prove it on the exams. You could have been a history major who wants to teach math. If you could prove that you know the material, shouldn't you be able to place out of it? That was why the Arizona Center was created and how our program works. Finally, our program does not have student teaching. We wholeheartedly believe in field experience and that you should have some experience even before contemplating the change of careers. But when it comes to directly impacting a student, we believe that you should be pre-qualified in classroom management, instructional design, instructional delivery, and assessment before you get to teach a student and get paid for it, instead of paying for the privilege of teaching before you're fully trained as a student teacher. It's a philosophical stance, but it's one that directs our program. If you have the time, the money, and the inclination, and you prefer the traditional teacher-student classroom and collegiate atmosphere, a master's program does give you an opportunity for a higher income. But at around $40,000 and 2 to 3 years of commitment, often not being able to do this while working, you and your family need to make sure that you have the wherewithal to commit to a master's degree right off the bat. There are other programs that are an alternative to the traditional bachelor's or master's programs, and all these programs are an accepted path to licensure. But when you examine them, make sure that you understand all of the costs associated with them. If they say you have coursework at a university or college, that translates anywhere from $500 to $700 per credit hour, and with 3 credits per class, it can add up quickly. Also, if there are specific dates that you need to attend, you need to decide if that fits your schedule and family time. The experts that devised the Arizona Center did so with a few objectives in mind. It had to be convenient, so the program was designed to be online, self-paced, and self-study. It also must be affordable, and at the bundled price of around $38.50, it is the price of about one class at a university. Finally, it must be easier to navigate. Instead of trying to understand all the different criteria, we are simple. You need to have a bachelor's degree, pass the exams, and complete fingerprinting and requirements for the Arizona Department of Education. We have free scheduled question and answer sessions online or live sessions in your area on occasion if you need any help along the way. Please check out our website under free events to learn more. In short, if you are looking for a faster, cheaper, and easier way to become a teacher, consider the Arizona Center. Prices are subject to change. Now, even though we are faster, cheaper, and easier, $38.50 is no small amount of money. So, you're probably asking, who is the Arizona Center, and what will I get when I enroll? The Arizona Center was voted in unanimous consent by the Arizona State Board of Education. It was launched by the American Board, a nonpartisan, nonprofit organization established in 2001 through funding from the U.S. Department of Education, and it's an accepted route to licensure in 12 states. The Arizona Center, its CEO, and its board of directors are comprised of leaders and experts in education, test development, and test preparation. Our exams are created by experts from across the country and vetted by teachers, education experts, and subject area experts. The program has already proven its effectiveness in attracting and retaining talented teachers in other states. A longitudinal study conducted by Mathematica demonstrates an 85% retention rate over 5 years, a recommendation rate of 95% from principals, and equal or better achievement results for our students in math and English. Our focus as an organization is on the community. We believe in helping build communities one teacher at a time. Because the type of candidate that succeeds in our program tends to be older and more disciplined, they also tend to be already contributing members of their community and tend to have families and homes. The question is then, how do you use our program? The Arizona Center uses the National Evaluation Series exams in order to have you demonstrate competency in a particular subject. You can choose from a wide variety of subject exams through NES, including middle and upper level mathematics, sciences, English, history, music, art, and many different languages. If you're not ready to enroll in the program, you can view our orientation, or you can use one of our one-week free trials to see if this type of learning is for you. If you're ready to start the program, enroll online or call one of our enrollment experts. There is a wealth of information in our program. If you do not take it in an organized way in bite-sized chunks, it can easily become overwhelming. We have an advising team who will be there to guide you through the program. However, they are not there to teach or tutor. The Arizona Center program allows you access to the American Board's library of resources that you can use in part to prepare for selected NES subject area exams. To begin, you must watch the orientation and the 3 study and test readiness workshops, which include the How to Study workshop, the Multiple Choice workshop, and the Professional Teaching Knowledge (PTK) writing component workshop. After that, your best friends are the standards on which your tests were created. If you study from the standards as your framework and not just the materials or practice items, you can quickly remove the areas you already know and focus on the areas you don't to streamline your study. Once you have assessed your strengths and weaknesses with the standards, you can use the study plans and calendars to organize your work, and then use the refresher courses for selected subject areas and the Prepare to Teach workshops to study. Don't use the practice exams and quizzes as an assessment. They can give you an indicator of how you are doing, but always go back to the standards to check if you're doing well. We typically have 2 types of candidates: those who have taught and need to refresh their subject matter, and those who are experts in their subject matter and need to learn to teach. The subject matter refresher courses are not designed to be a comprehensive education, but rather a scaffold for you to determine whether you need more in-depth learning. The Arizona Center links you to the American Board's exhaustive subject refresher courses, which can provide you with additional subject area resources as you prepare for your NES subject area exam. Note though that not all NES exams have refresher resources from the American Board, and you are responsible for knowing the NES exam standards, even though they do largely correspond to the American Board's library material, where available. Many candidates have had success using resources like the Khan Academy or the universities with free course catalogs online to learn their material. If you need to learn to teach, our Prepare to Teach workshops were designed to help you become a great teacher under standards developed by experts from across the country. As mentioned before, classroom management is a critical part of our exams, rather than trying to learn those skills on the fly during your field experience. In addition to classroom management, you will learn instructional design, instructional delivery, and assessment before you ever set foot in a classroom. The cost of the Classroom Qualifier part of the course is $1,800. The Classroom Qualifier component includes extra materials for the Professional Teaching Knowledge portion of the exam. These include 2 extra quiz banks and a workbook designed to help you succeed on your exam through organized study. We want you to succeed the first time you take the exams, so please study. Retakes do incur an extra fee. The cost also includes the price of the PTK examination and assistance in processing your Arizona State Department of Education requirements. The Arizona Center program allows access to the American Board's library of resources. There you may find invaluable resources to help you prepare for your NES subject area exam. Though all of these extra materials can be purchased separately, they are bundled for your convenience when you make your initial purchase. The employed internship component of the program, which is done once you are already working, costs $3,000 and includes all of the materials you need to work with your school administrators in your first year of teaching. You can opt to purchase the Classroom Qualifier and Employed Internship component together to save almost $1,000 off the combined total of the program. While you do need to complete the Classroom Qualifier PTK exam to advance to the Employed Internship, candidates who exhaust their retakes for the PTK only fail at a 3% rate. That means that there is a 97% success rate if you use all of the materials available. The bundled option is great for organized students who plan to study hard and pass on their first attempt. For being part of our workshop, we are offering our program at an additional $50 off our current promotion if you enroll within the next 3 business days. Enter the code seen here to receive your discount. The Arizona Center program is an official route to licensure, allowing you to become highly qualified in the state. You are needed in Arizona. The urgent need for teachers with a strong background in science, technology, engineering, and math was highlighted in the Vital Signs report, released by Change the Equation in 2012. The report revealed that in Arizona, only 2% of 4th graders and 12% of 8th graders had teachers with an undergraduate major in math, and only 33% of 8th graders had teachers with an undergraduate major in science. There is no time like the present to commit to being a great teacher. 70% of America's 8th graders read below grade level, and we are ranked 25th out of 34 countries in math and science. If we expect to be leaders in technology tomorrow, we need to ensure that children of today are equipped to compete and excel on the world stage. If we don't make a difference now, we will be sure to fall behind tomorrow. So, do what it takes to become the great teacher you are meant to be. Making a difference now makes a difference in the years to come. You do not have to choose the Arizona Center as your route to licensure, choosing the program that fits you the best. But whatever you choose, never give up the dream of making a difference in a child's life.